Y'all, it has been a ride. Sorry about the noise of the gas heater. It's cold here this morning. November 22nd, 2025. I've been gone. I've been long gone. Had all kinds of issues. Have problems in my kidney tissues. I got a lot of friction. Quit my reefer addiction. No, that's a lie. Listen, how you guys doing? This is the Dank Basement. I am Paul, sometimes called Uncle Squinty. You know, couple things. Gone on a long trip to Central America to resolve some financial issues. Um, Went down. The flight was super, super, super cheap. A very helpful guy at Delta Reservations let me know I had a voucher that I didn't know I had, and it was cheaper for me to fly to Costa Rica than it would be for me to fly to New York from Minneapolis. So yeah, it was a good deal. And I went down there, the hotel where I stayed, the Sportsman's Lodge in San Jose. Um, Best kitchen probably in the country for hotels. It's super good. And it's a family. I've stayed there since 2005, off and on, probably, I don't even know how many times. And they, again, have always treated me like family. Get a really good deal on my room. It's cheap. So a blind man can afford it. And yeah. So I went down there, and there were some personal issues to resolve, squabbles to settle, things like that. I have extended family down there, in the sense that my wife and I have helped out over the years a couple of families down there. We love them dearly, like they're our own kids. We don't have kids, so we've been trying to take care of a couple of friends in Central America. Over the years, we have built a house in Nicaragua for a family. We put a down payment for a lady, or helped her with her down payment on a mortgage in Costa Rica so she could get a house for herself and her three kids. And then we've just off and on tried to be helpful with things like medical emergencies and stuff. And I had to go down and talk to the women and get receipts, and, all single mothers. And so, anyway, that's what I'm doing to try to make the world better, and also trying to volunteer as an interpreter. But after being in Costa Rica for a week or so, week and a half, I realized that my Spanish is not worth shit. It's really bad. So I've got a lot to learn, so I'm going to be dedicating myself to that. Now you'll notice I am not using tobacco during this video in any form, nor am I smoking weed. And there's a reason for that. After I came back, I had a routine pulmonary lung scan. Medicare pays for it, CAT scan, go in there. Takes 45 seconds, literally 45 seconds. And it came out clean, but they found a mass on my right kidney. And it's about 10 centimeters, 40 caliber, 4/10 of an inch or so. And so I'm going in the day before Thanksgiving for another scan and a bunch of other tests to see if it's something I need to worry about. Now, I don't believe that nicotine is mutagenic. I don't think the nicotine is the issue. But there may be other chemicals in even nasal snuff that could make the problem worse if indeed it's an actual problem. So just to be cautious, I'm off nicotine and I am off weed. The reason for being off weed, of course, is more about the expense than that I feel it's harming me. But why not, right? And by the way, both the withdrawal from the nicotine and not being able to alleviate the situation with a hit of weed is, well, I've actually given my wife a stun gun in case I get out of hand. She's supposed to just hit me right in the gut with it. I really hate not having nicotine. Betsy, I'm gonna kill the cat. She's like, I I think that's the only thing that's going to do it. Because it's dry. It's dry. I love nicotine and I'm a nicotine addict. Just holy kafook. I don't know, guys. So, yeah, that's what's been going on. I've been really delinquent in uploading and keeping contact with you. I guess life has a way of interrupting you or changing your plans if you make plans. Somebody said once, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plan. Um, and I think that is to a degree true. Certainly, my trip down to Costa Rica did not go as I had planned in many ways. Um, and but I met a very cool guy on the flight back to Atlanta. Tag, hello. It was really great talking with you, and best of luck in your career and your dreams and everything else we talked about on the flight. Super cool guy. So Tag, nice to talk to you. He said he would tune in on this channel, and I said I probably won't upload until Saturday. He said, well, maybe he'd pass by. We'll see. Cool guy. Let's see, what else can I tell you? Before I left on the trip, I was afflicted with like a communal bronchitis that everybody here in town had, and it was one of those bastards that lasted for 4 weeks, 5 weeks. A lot of painful coughing and shit. That's when I got off, or tried to get off the cigarettes, because I still do smoke once in a while. It's really hard to kick that. But at any rate, so both Betsy and I were suffering from that. And then just, but I'm glad to be alive. I'm glad to be talking to you. I'm glad I made it back from Central America safely. I'm glad they finally stopped that stupid government shutdown. I hope TSA is getting paid. When I came back through Atlanta, you have to, because you're changing planes, you have to go through the screening again. And I thanked the TSA guys for still working and said, but you guys are getting paid now. He goes, no, we haven't seen a paycheck since they ended the shutdown. They're still waiting for their money. So thank you, TSA, and thank you, air traffic controllers, and everybody else who is working without a paycheck to keep the rest of us safe and moving. And you guys are heroes. And I hope they compensate you generously. Anyway, that's about it. I will be probably coming back, maybe telling you some horror stories, war stories, about the midnight blind man wandering in his bathrobe between hotel rooms looking for a place to take a piss. I'll see you the next time. From the dank basement, I am Paul W. Shallbetter, your wicked Uncle Squinty. Please tune in. Please tune in again. Nicotine. I want my fucking nicotine.